Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing if we'll see game modes back in Zombies. Now if you didn't know, the last time we had specific game modes outside of the usual survive or do the Easter eggs, it's technically one game mode that because there's only one way to play them, and that's just by clicking the map. Anyways, the only game modes we've ever had is Grief and Turned. Now Grief we had on Town, Farm, Buried and Mob of the Dead. And for Turned, we had it on Buried and Diner, I believe. I don't think we had it any other times than that. But seeing them back, why do we want to see them back is the first question. Now, I don't know about you, but I had fun playing with my friends, playing Grief. I had like 6 friends, you know, so it'd always be a 4v3. And sometimes we'll have another friend to make 4v4 squads and like going against each other. Now unfortunately, of course, that might not translate into XP in Black Ops 4 if it was to bring back in Black Ops 4. Hopefully it would, because you're still killing zombies, you're still killing all these AIs basically like you do in the normal Zombies game mode. Now the biggest issue I believe this coming back is that it never felt like a complete game mode in Black Ops 2. Jason Liddell did state that he's looking at other game modes, and he said that he could bring back Grief whenever, just like that, click a finger. The reason why I don't think we saw it in Black Ops 3 is because it didn't fit in any map. Now, if I was to be honest, the only maps I could really see Grief in would be Zespo no Shima and Revelations, because they cut down the map into sections. Now Zet, you can cut down into just the bunker area or just one of the labs, for example, like the labs in the surrounding area. Of course, if it's just the labs, then that'll be too small. In Revelations, you can actually cut it down into each island. So I think the only reason we didn't see Grief is because it didn't fit any of the maps. Same with Turned. Turned didn't really fit into many Black Ops 3 maps, unfortunately. But if you look at World War II, at the minute, I believe Grief would sort of fit in somewhere in the Final Reich, like if you just cut it down into just the bunker area. But I don't think it'd work in World War II Zombies at all either. IW Zombies, it would kind of work, because you got this movie thing, and let's say Mephistopheles against Willard Wyler was a thing. You could have had Willard Wyler's squad and Mephistopheles' squad going against each other. But this might be exclusive after the DLC season, of course, because we didn't know about Mephistopheles until DLC 4. Lee Ross, you bugger, being Mephistopheles. Well, we assume he is. We might not, but it might just be taking his form. Anyways, the reason why I think Grief should return in Black Ops 4. Now, Turned shouldn't return. I'm wiping that off the boards right now. Turned was fun, not that much fun to keep it. Grief. Anyways, Grief should return, because I remember me and a few other friends, there was more than 4 of us, were always hyped to play the zombies, and we would pick our teams. Then there'd always be like 1 or 2 of us left out, not in a real team. Now, that'd still happen with the Easter eggs, but I never get to really play with the people in the other team until a few weeks after, because, you know, we go for his characters and all that in World War II Zombies, and in Black Ops 3, you know, they try and find all these secret Easter eggs and stuff like that, so they'll be similar in Black Ops 4, but I think if you could pull somewhere into the casual, where with the game mode, it'd go, okay, right, we're done searching, I just want a relaxing game, do you want to play up? Yeah, sure, we'll do that. And then we can play some Grief together. Now, other game modes, like Gun Game, I think could be brought in. Now, Battle Royale is an interesting thing. Now, a lot of people have been talking about having that zombies related. Now, my biggest issue with that is it means you're going to have a separate map for it, because you can't just like drop us all into the Eisendrache and have it Battle Royale mode in that. Or Zetspo no Shima or GK. Revelations would fit in slightly, but once someone jumps on the jump pad, they're dead. But yeah, that's the biggest issue I see with the Battle Royale being a zombies game type, is that they'd have to build a whole storyline around it, I'd say. Maybe, now, this is my biggest thing. Imagine Battle Royale. It's transit, yeah, but transit's only part of the map. Just transit's part of the map. And these other areas are, you know, available, let's say. I don't know, there's also a car wash and other places that you can access. Now, I think that would kind of work. Of course, get rid of the bus. Maybe a drivable vehicle. I don't know. But if you look at like the buried intro, I think it's the buried intro. You can see Malton and Misty with guns, I believe, on top of a car, you know, shooting away zombies. You could say like Malton and Misty was in this Battle Royale kind of thing where they had to kill some people because they were killing them. And I think it would kind of fit in with that kind of vibe. But Grief is also probably going to be the game mode we'd see in Black Ops 4, whilst Turn's one of the outsiders, which we might see, but not really. So my biggest point into why we do need to see game modes in Black Ops 4 is so that our bigger group of friends can actually play together and have fun against each other. Because there's no competitive scene for zombies. Of course, there's CWC, but that's more of an invitational tournament because a lot of YouTubers get invited to that event, and then there's only like a quarter of the competitors were actually qualified, technically. Like, everyone else was invited, a lot of people qualified. Not much of a tournament, more of an invitational. So the competitive scene for zombies is pretty lackluster. And I think people enjoy seeing EE4C. So maybe a game mode where you can do Easter egg speedruns and it's like this team versus this team. A brilliant idea that I saw, I think it was on Reddit, was having one team do the Eisendrache Easter egg and one team do the Moon Easter egg. So of course, if you win on Moon, you blow up people on Eisendrache. If you win on Eisendrache, you blow up the people on Moon. Of course, it won't fit into the storyline. This would be just a non-canon experience, which I don't think Jason Blundell wants to explore too much with his game modes. I think he'd want the game modes to actually make sense. So anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I've been Newbie. See you all next time.